Hey, it's Jewels, and I'm here with your tarot card reading for the week of September the 5th. Any of you notice how strange the energy has been today? Um, I know for me, being intuitive, I've been feeling a lot of it in my ears. Um, and I can feel something brewing, something coming. So huge shifts. And I keep hearing for this month, it's about expecting the unexpected and to try and be open and stay calm and stay grounded and trust that you are safe. So let's see what the cards have for us today. We have the Chariot, the Strength card, and Judgment. And I'm just going to grab my other Angel Tarot deck and draw some more cards on that for some more detail. And we have the High Priestess with the Chariot card. We have the Emperor, which is also Archangel Michael energy with the Strength card. And we have the Four of Water with the Judgment card. And I just draw a couple of Oracle cards to wrap this up. So with the Chariot and the High Priestess together, these are both major arcana cards, so signifying that the message here is really important. So the High Priestess is about listening to your intuition, and it says, have patience, consider carefully what you want before acting. And part of this could be due to Mercury going into retrograde. I believe it goes into retrograde next week sometime, but we're feeling the shadow effects of it now. And then the Chariot is about making decisions and then moving quickly to success. So really carefully consider your options right now. A lot of times with the Chariot, it has to do with business decisions. So if there's something you're looking at doing business-wise, it's important to really listen, take the time and connect within and trust what you're feeling, and pay attention to all of your senses. When it comes to our intuition, we receive information in different ways. So maybe, we just all of a sudden know things, which is claircognizance. Maybe we get these visions, whether they're in our dreams or they're in our wake or while we're awake, the clairvoyant signs coming through, clairaudience, maybe we're hearing. Pay attention to what you're feeling in your body. It's important to really tune into your own intuitive abilities. Some of them are stronger in some people than in others, and others don't even realize they're using them. But allow that to guide you. Have patience, consider carefully what you want before acting. So if you're going to launch something new or you're going to make some changes, really sit down and take the time and map it out and set your intentions around that, especially with the Mercury retrograde energy. You want to make sure that your communication, including your internal communication, is very clear. So next with the Strength card and the Emperor. So the Emperor is about organization and logic, structure and discipline and leadership. And the Strength card is about determination and willpower. So what strength do you need to call upon within yourself to get you where you want to be? And I just keep hearing so much around people really tuning into their own inner wisdom, connecting with their intuition, and allowing that to help you to see your own truth, to give you the strength to stand up for what you believe in and follow that path. So structure and discipline and leadership, where can you be the leader in your life? It's like people, especially a lot of light workers I've been talking to, so healers and other intuitives, we're being called to step up into duty. which means helping others who are either in need of healing or awakening on their path, are feeling stuck, and just needing that support. So that tells me in the outer world, a lot of shifts and changes are going to be occurring very soon, and they're going to be loud, they're going to be unexpected. And then we're being called to duty to help support humanity in moving forward. It's like whenever the darkness, the ugly truths start to come up, and that's within ourselves and in the world, that the light needs to be brought up to heal. And that's what our role is, and that's where we're being called to duty. So if you are a light worker, you might want to start checking in a little more, whether you meditate, however you get your intuitive guidance. Check in a little more, because for you, you're being called to get prepared. It's time to step up, which shows me that on a large scale, we're going to see more of a mass awakening happening very soon, because people are going to start to see their own truth. They're going to start to connect to their own inner wisdom, and they're going to want to really tune into their soul, into that connection, and follow their path. So, I mean, those of you that have awakened and had a spiritual awakening, you completely understand what the struggle is and how lonely and isolating and sad it can be at times, but also very empowering. So being able to rise up and support those that need it, the time is coming very soon. Next, we have the Judgment card with the Four of Water. So the Four of Water says missing an opportunity, discontentment, or boredom. Open your eyes to the possibilities. And then the Judgment. What the message I'm hearing around these two cards together is, where are you sitting in your own fears right now? So what's stopping you from living your life to the fullest, to the way you want to live? What's stopping you from being you? And chances are it's your own fear and your own thoughts. But this is where the Judgment card comes in as well. Are you judging yourself? Are you judging yourself against beliefs that you have been raised with, and questioning where it is you sit in your life? Are you going to continue to allow yourself to feel bored, to feel isolated, or are you going to get uncomfortable in that fear and allow yourself to move forward? This is a way of soul searching where we can find our truth and really release the things that no longer serve us, allowing us to move forward, feeling empowered, feeling confident, and trusting in who we are and knowing who we are. A lot of times, and I think back to my own childhood, I was always told who to be and what to do, and never allowed to be like a free thinker. And when I did, I was usually scorned or laughed at for it, which is where the Judgment comes in. And then it creates those fears that you have to be the same as everyone else. And I think others out there that were raised in a similar way, and I think like our traditional school system, like everywhere there was rules and people were expected to conform to whatever it was. So no free thinking, no freedom of expression. So I think a lot of us became rebellious teenagers because of that. I think on a soul level, many of us knew that there's more to life than what we're living in this moment. And so now we're being called upon to look at that and say, where does this take me next? If I can be anything in this world that brings me joy, that brings me happiness, what would that be? So I also drew a Power of Surrender card for you this week, and it's surrendering to complete healing. So the message on this card for you says, open fully to the loving, compassionate forces of the universe that support your physical, emotional, and spiritual healing. I was watching a video today, and they were talking about healing and how much of our healing when we look at mainstream and the way we've been raised is around our physical health. You know, things are slowly coming out more and more, and it's becoming the norm to talk about our mental health. But it's like everything is segregated. But when we talk about balance and we look at ourselves as a complete person, there's the physical aspects, there's the mental and emotional aspects, and there's the spiritual aspects. We're all made of energy. So understanding how all that intertwines and really impacts one another and trying to bring that into balance is where we get our total healing from. And a lot of that we can do through our own wisdom, through our own self-care. Um, I preach practicing gratitude and being thankful and grateful because that really helps to open up our heart center, and connecting our heart center to our mind is so important. Sorry, I forgot to turn the ringer off on my phone. Um, the next card is from my Oracles of Unicorn deck, and it's the nature card. So this is all about grounding and our connection to nature. And it says, ground yourself, find a sanctuary in nature, and connect with the elementals. So whatever you're drawn to in terms of connection, I have a very strong connection to the elemental realm, to the angelic realm. And that's where a lot of my energy and spiritual practice focuses on, is that energy. It's very grounding, but it's also very high vibrational. And for me, a lot of it is about that energy of of being childlike and trying to hone into that energy again, because that's where, for me, I find a lot of inspiration. So whatever it is for you in that connection with nature, some people it will be water, some it will be the animals, some it will be the plants themselves. Figure out what that is for you and find that connection and really focus on grounding yourself. Um, we're often impacted by the energy of others and we don't realize it. So being aware of staying grounded really helps us to feel more in and connected to our own bodies, more connected to the earth. It helps to bring a calmness so that we can not feel as anxious if you're feeling anxious all the time. It's a beautiful feeling to have that connection, and having it as part of your self-care practice every day can really help you. So I'm going to leave those messages with you for this week. I hope that you find them helpful. I will talk to you soon.